slightly controversial group of semi-degenerates, which I happen to have friends in. Okay, by starting off like that, I expect you to know what a furry is. But in case you've been living under a rock, or Brampton, Ontario, I'll fill you in. Furries are some very fat, sweaty men, and pedophiles that like to dress up as animals. Now, realistic animals, cartoon animals, and bear with me here, they don't want to have sex with real animals, but cartoon animals, which is definitely different. Definitely different. Furthermore, they are 100% not subconsciously trying to radicalize the youth by subconsciously making them stroke off to furry art. At all. 100%, that's not their goal. They don't want to legalize zoophilia. What? Huh? I don't do that. Why would you want to do that? Now with the question of what a furry is answered completely properly in a college essay style way, I can ask the question that's on all of your mind and in the title of the video. Why do people become furries? Now I do have an overcomplicated and genuine way to explain this, but it's not very goofy so I'll sprinkle my silly little skids of thoughts into this explanation, okay? My genuine working theory behind why people become furries, or even indulge in furry media, is as follows. 1. Furry art can be extremely expressive and show emotions and features that normal art can't. And no, I'm not talking about art as in regular drawings. I'm talking about art that depicts a certain rule that comes after 33. Because in this way, you can make any character with any feature do anything, which is an appealing and slightly dangerous power, especially considering the things half these people like. I'm looking at you, Crinkleism. To be totally honest, half the community. Not whoever makes the incest stuff, though. Keep up your work. This power is mostly used to make honkers the size of a Dodge Caravan or an ass fatter than the artist who drew it, which moves me on to my second point for my theory, nostalgia. Most people who use furry art often come from nations that have anthropomorphic animal cartoons, which they watched starting at age 5. I use nostalgia as a basis for my theory, partly because I've never met a furry from Liberia. If you have, do direct me to one in a comment below. This aspect is supported by the fact that the first furry convention started as simple gatherings for fans of certain cartoons. And finally, my third point. It is a very tight-knit community that is generally accepting, and for your average antisocial Joseph Moses Jebediah III will find a clique that suits his needs, beliefs, and favorite genre of art. Now, to be fair, the whole community isn't based around not safe for work content. There are over 2 furries that enjoyed the community aspect of it, and I'm sorry for marginalizing the whole community for the sake of views. Anyway, on to the furry community itself. I can break them down into 2 groups. There are the IRL furries, the costume furries, the furry convention attendees, and there's the online furries, which make up a bulk of this community. This group can now be divided into the consumers and the artists, the well-respected, minority ruling class of this group. Past this, furries generally fall into about 1,001 different fetishite communities. I can't cover them all in this video because it would be as long as the Empire State Building. My mom wrote that bit in. Can you tell? Can you tell my mom wrote that? Can you tell that that bit of the video was written by my mother? As long as the Empire State Building? Really? That's the best you can come up with, mama? The most common thing said by anti-furries, aka normal people, is that furries themselves are just dog fuckers wearing costumes, which is kind of true. I see their point, to be totally honest. I mean, it would be weird if I dressed up as a baby and fetishized about being a baby, and then complained that I'm tired of people assuming I want to have sex with the baby. Which, for the record, I do in real. The other most common complaint about furries I've heard is that they're just weird, which is also completely fair. And there's no real defense for this other than saying, let people enjoy things. Are furries more accepted now than then? Kinda. But it's more like we're just desensitized to it all now. There's so much more stuff that's considerably more degenerate that furries is just kind of normal at this point. Expect it, you kind of respect it. I mean, we still do shit on them, but they deserve it. So, you know. And the final and most realistic complaint about furries is that many prominent furries keep fucking children! Which I would say is a minor issue in the community. I will be executed for that joke in 5 minutes. Anyway, to conclude here a bit, Furries are kind of complex, small, and niche, but also growing, like the Swote community. The only difference is the hashtag Swote warriors aren't complete degenerates and are mostly nice people, maybe sometimes. Anyway, I've been Lord Swote of Swoterton. Have a good day, and remember to keep swoting.